Donald Trump has dropped a bomb on Europe yet again. And this time, American citizens need to take it as a warning. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. For more than 80 years, the United States has held the title of leader of the free world. Our nation earned that nickname following World War II, where American leadership smoothed over tensions between the Soviet Union and United Kingdom and successfully won the war. In the aftermath, the U.S. launched the Marshall Plan, named for Secretary of State George Marshall, to help rebuild Europe from its destruction. That even included very expensively nursing our enemies Japan and Germany back to health. Today, both are democracies and economic powerhouses. During the Cold War, America became the lead promoter of liberal democracy all over the globe, thanks in large part to its leading role in the alliance known as NATO. That led to moments like this.
And there are even a few who say that it's true that communism is an evil system, but it permits us to make economic progress. Lass sie nach Berlin kommen. Let them come to Berlin. All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Or this.
Behind me stands a wall that encircles the free sectors of this city, part of a vast system of barriers that divides the entire continent of Europe. General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
That still makes me proud. What's this got to do with Donald Trump? Well, consider this. Part of what brought about the global hegemony, sometimes referred to as the Pax Americana, the era of American peace, was that the United States and its allies investigated war criminals for their actions during World War II and after. Pol Pot in Cambodia, Slobodan Milosevic for his actions in Bosnia and Serbia. These people were prosecuted before the world and held accountable for their actions. In other words, we held the world to a higher standard. Now, according to the New York Times, Donald Trump doesn't like holding war criminals accountable anymore. Who'd have guessed? The Times now reports that the Trump administration has withdrawn from the International Center for the Prosecution of the Crime of Aggression Against Ukraine. The Biden administration joined the commission in 2023 to investigate war crimes committed by Russia, along with its allies in Belarus, North Korea, and Iran, in Ukraine, and beyond. The Trump administration has not given any specific reason for the move other than to say it wants to reassign resources. Right? The next thing you know, we'll be investigating crimes in Canada and Greenland. Anyhow, this shouldn't come as a huge shock given Trump's never-ending lust for Vladimir Putin. Trump is scheduled to have a call with Putin tomorrow to discuss a ceasefire in Ukraine. Putin has said he's open to the idea, which is so nice given that he started the war, but that he wants security guarantees. One of those assurances is said to be that he wants to make sure Ukraine never joins NATO, presumably so Russia can attack the nation yet again down the line. They've already broken multiple ceasefires, people. Trump further added that he looks forward to discussing the future of the Russia-US relationship with Putin when the two leaders share a bed together. Well, not really. But is that much of a stretch at this point? Look, the United States has not always been as good as its PR. Past presidents, especially Richard Nixon and George W. Bush, defied international law with attacks on Cambodia and Iraq, and should have faced trial for war crimes and atrocities themselves. Bush, in particular, also deserves criticism for enabling Vladimir Putin. The US still had real leverage over Russia in the early 2000s, which Bush managed to squander. Apparently, when he met Putin and saw the Russian president was wearing a cross, I swear I'm not making this up, and this is a direct quote, he found a friend. Such great judgment, that George W. Bush. So here we are. Donald Trump continues to abdicate a position of leadership abroad, deferring to tyrants like Putin, the kind of kowtowing that would make Reagan and Eisenhower roll over in their graves. Trump continues to abdicate leadership here at home, deferring to drug-addled loons like Elon Musk. Franklin Roosevelt and Kennedy are spinning in their graves, no doubt, as well. You'd think Trump would at least have some ingenuity there. With all these dead presidents spinning, he at least could turn them into turbines and solve the energy crisis. They're not going to stop spinning as long as he's in office. In all seriousness, this is just another example of Trump turning on and abandoning America's time-tested allies. Pray that when he leaves office, and he will, the rest of the world forgives the United States. This is Occupy Democrats.